Hello everybody, welcome back to BareRose Garage. What are we doing today? Well, let's take a little deep dive on what it is to build on a budget. That's right, a budget build. The first step is to know your limits. Now, let's take a look at this here little Dodge Dart again because, well, I'm just about ready to pull that Slant 6 out of there. Yep, that's right. The leaning tower of very little power. Now, I know there's people out there that are getting a lot out of these little Slant 6s, but I'll tell you also, and truthful, it takes money to get them out, get that kind of horsepower out of them. Just trying to go 1-for-1. Now, that's kind of the hot rod standard, always has been the hot rod standard. Is 1-for-1. What is 1-for-1? That's 1 horsepower for every cubic inch. Well, this one just so happens to be a 225 Slant 6. Now, to get 225 horsepower out of this thing, well, especially this one, out of this guy right here, I would have to put a lot of work into it. And a lot of it is machine shop stuff. Starting with, I'd have to deck the head, cut the deck down, the block deck, way down to get the compression ratio up. Oh Lord, just lots and lots of things I would have to do. Port these heads, these heads. I'm used to V8s. I'd have to work them heads big time to try to get them to flow. Just lots and lots of work just to get 225 horsepower out of it. Now, like I said, when you're dealing with stuff like that, and especially a Slant 6, that, you know, not a lot of people are building them for performance. You know, there's a lot of them on the internet now. They've got a lot of popularity. All of a sudden, poof, they kind of took off. But the stuff you're dealing with is still all kind of custom stuff. So if you don't know what you're doing, you know, and you got to have a lot of that work done for you, it's going to add up to dollar signs. Lots of them. And I know that our Australian brothers and sisters down there, down south from us, they're doing some amazing things with these Slant 6s. But, well, by the time you pay shipping alone on those kind of go-fast goodies, yeah, you're going to be into them a lot of money. And then you follow that up with custom ground crank or cams, and you know, that dollar signs just start flying to get 225 horsepower. Now, in the same sense, you look right over here. This guy right here is bone stock at 300 horsepower. Now I know it's a Chevy, small block Chevy. Oh no, he's gonna swap a small block Chevy into that, which I might. But you see where it's at. That small block Chevy over there, I didn't give much for. The one that I got over here, that's all painted up, you see it right there? I gave $600 for the whole truck and drove it home. Yeah. And that one, well, that one's probably about 275 horsepower in that one over there. Yeah, 275. I'm already 50 horsepower over what I could get out of that Slant 6 with a lot of money. All I got to do is figure out how to make that fit into there. Now it doesn't stop there. You know, I have a running 318 out back. Now that 318, of course, it's a low horsepower one. All the 318s are. But a 318 starts at more than what that is 1-for-1. You see where I'm going with this. If you're building on a budget and you have a horsepower kind of goal set in your mind, and you don't care so much about originality and all that stuff, look to other avenues such as that. Now, for all you guys out there that are doing that amazing stuff with the Slant 6 and the Oddity engines like that, hats off to you. More, you know, your guys are doing some extremely cool stuff. But when it comes to building on a budget, well, you have to know where to work your way in to achieve the goals you're looking for. Again, like I said, a 302 Ford would fit right down into this. A 302 Ford starts at more than 225. You see where I'm going at. Whatever you can work to get into there, whatever you can fit in the hole, or make the hole fit whatever you're putting in. Sometimes you're miles and miles ahead and your wallet will thank you, and still be able to achieve the horsepower and torque, everybody forgets about torque, numbers that you're looking for in your end result. So stay tuned, and I'll show you how I pull the engine out of this thing. The engine that's in this, it looks complete, but that head was actually off, and every cylinder was full of sand and mud and rust, and I just put it together enough that I can grab a hold of it now and lift it out of there. This engine is toast on a side of rye. It's completely gone. I'm just hoping the crank is still good. And if nothing else, I've got another running Slant 6 out there too that I can drop in it. But because it's an early Slant 6 and it's a Chrysler, I got to use this crank in that one, or build an adapter for the torque converter to ride on, because it's an automatic car. So get out there and keep that metal hot, and we'll see where we're going to take this little Thunder Kiss 65, emphasized on the kiss part, because I'm going to keep it silly simple. We'll see you on the next one.